Welcome inside the Carroll Center here in University Heights in the campus of John Carroll University, where tonight the first of our 8 NKT.TV Ohio Athletic Conference games of the week bring us the John Carroll Blue Streaks at 3-3 and the 6-0 Mount Union Purple Raiders. My name is Mike Hurd alongside Will Blake, and you look at it, Will, coming into tonight, two teams kind of on a different path, but right now looking to play one game and get this win. It's important here in early OAC play.
That's right, Michael, and especially early on in the season, trying to get as many wins as possible. As early on here, these home games are going to be especially important for the Blue Streaks. Meanwhile, the Purple Raiders want to get off to a good start on the road.
Coach Susie Vanette in her 14th year at Mount Union will start Anna Alkire wearing number 4 out of Massillon, Ohio, alongside pitch number 5 out of Warren, Ohio, and Howland High School. Also, Rachel Tinkey, a young lady we're going to talk a lot about through the course of this game out of Canfield High School, wearing 21. 23 belongs to Sarah Hessel, a 5'10 sophomore out of Avon Lake. And 33 to Jamie Sanborn out of Twinsburg, Ohio, is a look, Will, at the starters for John Carroll.
Leading the way for the Blue Streaks, it will be number 3, Shelby Graham, number 5, Sarah Sprecher, number 23, Nicole Hebbington, who we'll be calling a lot of soon as well, number 30, Abby Adler, and rounding out the lineup will be number 32, Shmoo Pryor.
You look at the keys to the game here for tonight. There are a lot of interesting takes, and we'll get to those here coming up as we get ready for the national anthem. The sharp-looking purple spots for the Purple Raiders. Take a look at their keys.
For me, Mount Union has to get their guards going early. The two leading scorers have been the guards, and Rachel Tinkey and Tori Rabbit scoring 14.7 points and 12 points respectively. Get a fast start, you're on the road, you want to get going, and then you want to get the depth. 20 players played in the win against Ohio Northern.
Here on the opening tip, we'll tell you about John Carroll's keys after their first offensive possession, but look at the ball movement. Right out of the break, win the rebounding battle is something we're going to talk about, and at 3 quick looks as you look at the Blue Streaks. Look at that. Win the rebounding battle. They got 3 opening set.
Right on cue, and Shelby Graham is going to be a catalyst to win that battle. Going to win deep, try to get those rebounds and get second chance opportunities.
A senior out of Solon, Ohio, misses her first free throw. And the other half of those, it's a very interesting environment here tonight. You talk about the crowd, feeding off the crowd here for John Carroll.
That's right, a home crowd, second game of the OAC season, trying to get them involved and try to feed off their energy to get a good performance in front of the home crowd.
Mount trying to get it inside as they sit at 6-0. The first turnover, not a great entry pass, and just that quickly, John Carroll takes it away. Back into the open court now on the right side, Shmoo Pryor. Might be my favorite name that I've come across early in this season. And a kickball, but you look at just what she has meant to this team. Didn't play last year, obviously, with that injury out of Niagara Falls, but 79 career starts. You know, coming into this year as a senior, she's going to be a big piece of this offense.
That's right, and her leadership is truly invaluable. She means so much to the team, as you mentioned, Michael. Look for her to be vocal.
And on the quick takedown low, Mount able to get at least a stop inside. There's a couple of quick rebounds fought for, an aggressive play. Obviously, with these two teams who are very well versed in one another, is going to be not only outside of the rivalry, but you don't want to have that one in the loss column in OAC play early.
That's right, especially with such a competitive conference where anybody can beat anyone at any time. So it's going to be interesting to see how the season progresses.
Tori Rapich, 5'3" now, with the quick dribble inside to Anna Alkire. 4-time academic honor roll selection. Very smart on the ball handling duties, but you, again, try that high entry pass. And John Carroll is right on top of everything that Mount wants to do. There's another loose ball. You shouldn't be able to pick that one up by yourself, but another set of quick rebounds by Rachel Tinkey and her first.
Tinkey getting the short mid-range jumper and getting Mount Union on the board quickly.
Mount back the opposite way on the defense and able to get in front at least for a moment. Stop Shelby Graham.
That was another key to look forward to. Defense first for the Blue Streaks. Try to stifle this high-scoring Purple Raiders offense, and almost had them there, but getting the rebound, Rachel Tinkey back on track.
Mount Union at 71.2 points per game. John Carroll at 68.7. 3-3 are the Blue Streaks through their first couple of games, and I said the one in the loss column would be for Mount. Already one loss for John Carroll, but you don't want to drop the way OAC play is going. You get 2, and you're pretty much eliminated. The way the league has gone the last couple of years of the top half, and already a win for Mount Union coming a couple of days ago as they beat the defending champs in Ohio Northern. But free throw shooting, it's been kind of a mixed bag for John Carroll this year. You look just at the number at 61.5, you say that's not too bad, 6 out of every 10. But think of the close games they've already been in.
And that's going to come down, especially later in the stretch if this game goes close. And Shelby Graham trying to get back on the line. She's been struggling early on this year.
Jamie Sanborn out of Twinsburg now throws away the basketball as Sprecher went high up the ladder to take it right back. Great pass by her for the finish. Nicole Heffington out of Menor.
JCU, it's going to work well with transition, trying to make Mount Union run with them.
And you can see that already, too, that it seems like Mount, who loves to get out and run themselves, almost are not comfortable doing that. They've tried to work a couple of slow-down sets from up top, and John Carroll has been in front of them at every stop. On the top of the free throw line, great pass out to the corner for three, and nothing but the bottom of the net for Tori Rapich.
And Anna Alk here with a nice pass. I see Mount Union really working the perimeter offense.
Just a 40% shooter. If you can do it, I can do it. Threes for everybody. 6-5 quickly for John Carroll, as that is a terrific response. No time wasted, only 5 seconds off that shot clock. Out to the right corner now for Alcar, kind of stuck there and poked away. Great defensive play for Nicole Heffington.
Mount Union's really trying to spread JCU out, lining up all around the three-point arc, trying to find the middle in the paint, trying to cut in as well, get an open lane to the hoop. But JCU so far keen to it.
Corinna Maynard now out of Kenston High School into the lineup for the first time for the Purple Raiders. As you take a look at that replay, just a beautiful shot as both teams have now gotten one in their last possession. And you kind of wonder, at some point, the tempo is going to break down a little bit here as a three from the wing. Too high and too strong for Tori Rapich. Back the opposite way. Mount did a good enough job to get in front to kind of quell that fast break. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with John Carroll.
Renee DeFore doing a good job going against Graham. That's going to be a key pivotal matchup, having these two sizable ladies trying to fight for the rebounds and trying to get in the paint. As we get more substitutions.
A revolving door substitutions here as Danny Carlson will come in. Your captains and 3-letter winners at Hoban High School, which if you follow Ohio basketball, you know they've been very good the last 5 or 6 years. Have made deep runs through the regionals and a couple of state appearances as well, and she's a big reason for that. John Carroll, great run of the offense, but just the 3 offline. Back will come Mount quickly out ahead. Hannah Schaefer into the game, and offensive foul. I think that's one of the age-old things of they were there waiting on you. It's not hard to call if you're an official.
And Elena Rao trying to find that lane, but great job by keeping her feet on the ground and drawing the charge, JCU possession.
And you can see just there waiting on her, just like I said. Great shot by the camera on the floor. It's not trying to break that press. It's not a real heavy press here for Mount. John Carroll back on the offense. They'll work behind Carlson. I remember seeing her a couple of times in high school and just thought, is she ever going to miss? Right now, a great dish underneath and up and under for the quick 2 points. Draw 2 defenders and drop it inside for Nicole Heffington.
Yeah, she's a sharpshooter, but she's also a facilitator. What a pass inside to Nicole Heffington.
I remember thinking when she signed to go here that they got a steal, because she has got all-world skills. It's a 3 offline for Mount, and they have to drop back on the defensive end. Mount Union 2 for 4 from the field so far. John Carroll at 3 for 7. As the ball bantied back around, and a lot of that, no boxing out on either side. Kind of one of those things that will irritate coaches early and often. Quick take high up off the front part of the rim. It won't go. But the rebound bantied around is Pryor with the miss down to the floor, and there's more subs. And you change, you continue to bring in big players, and you talk about the biggest one of all in Bryn Strauka for Mount Union. 6'1", the 4-year letter winner in high school. And she can get in and she can do some damage.
That's right, out of Talmadge High School. Look for her to try to get the rebounds as well for the Purple Raiders, as well as those second chance opportunities.
All the way around the horn, halfway through this first quarter. Teams have had their opportunities, a couple of threes. Mount has a little bit fallen in love with it. Their last 3 points is back into the corner now on the drive. Great spacing here for John Carroll. 3 from the wing, off balance, but look at that. I just talked about it. 3 different Purple Raiders there Nobody boxed out Nicole Heffington, and she runs the lead to 10-5.
Truly a jack of all trades. She can shoot outside and fight inside.
You love her if she's on your team. You hate her if she's not. Ball knocked away, and another turnover now, as already 3 of those against Mount. This is not what they want after their dominating performance against Northern a couple of days ago. As the basket for Sarah Spicer, the sophomore out of Magnificat High School in Lakewood. And already a quick timeout, 4:45 to go here in the first. We're back here to John Carroll as you look at this replay.
And Spicer doing a good job floating it up, getting in the bucket, and that's going to cause a timeout from Mount Union. And I'm looking for the Pro Raiders to really regroup, especially on defense. Try to get set, try to make sure they can follow the ball and shift where they need to be. Because right now it kind of looks off balance, but hopefully with this timeout for them, if you're a Mount Union fan, they can settle things down and bark up and try to stifle this offense.
Mount so far 2 for 5 from the floor, 1 of 3 from outside. They are being out-rebounded now, 7-4. And again, a big part of that is the fact that really there's not been any kind of effort on either side. One, because Mount's playing so quick offensively, they're getting one shot and done on their possessions. 2, because John Carroll is out-rebounding them just through simple effort. Mount with nowhere to go. The ball stolen away, almost a handoff directly to Carlson. She lost it a couple of times, did the smart thing and pulled up. As over to the corner, Leslie Aguilar out of North Hollywood, California. And a quick travel on Carlson.
Gallo excited. Carlson did have the open lane, but tried to get the pump and draw the defender, but moved her feet before the ball, and that'll be a turnover.
One of those things, I think it's like a running back in football. You see that hole open, and when you want to go through it, you just forgot the other part to dribble. So Mount back on the offensive now as this quarter gets close to coming to the end. Sprecher with nowhere to go, has to try to find a friend. Is now back down into the corner. Tinky with the basketball. Back out top, an awkward 3. Who cares? It goes in. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as you do it. And Bryn Strauka 0 for 1 this year coming in from out there. Makes it a 4-point game. Again, you can do it. We can try it. On the other side, quick possession for Aguilar, whose older sister Vanessa played in California. She's playing some pro ball now out in Portugal, so you know those driveway games had to be fun.
Exactly, and Aguilar getting plenty of experience from her sister, but also plenty of experience early on in the season, plenty of time in the early games.
3 from the wing, up and down, and Mount on a shooting spree behind a young lady who had only attempted 1 3 through the first 6 games.
And Stralker using it down low, but also having range could be very lethal for this Raiders offense.
She's now got 6 points. Already just 2 quick shots to pull her team within 1 off the front part of the rim and back out top to Aguilar. She got caught up behind the free throw line, and what was earlier on about John Carroll sort of stymieing Mount's momentum of moving the ball has gone the other way. It's Aguilar halfway down and out. In her 16 minutes a game this year, there's not very many she's going to miss that way. There's a quick turnover, trying to get it into the post to Sanborn.
And you mentioned Stralka, you know, 2 quick 3s. Just 2 buckets like that, getting Mount back into this game, only down by 1 point. More substitutions coming in, more fresh legs, but now JCU has to respond to try to get their big lead right back.
So she's 2 of 2 now. Everybody else hasn't really gotten it going. You expect, though, with the pace that these two teams have played each other the last couple of years and the way that these games have gone, they're going to figure it out. Mount won the last game last year, 69-66 here, and it took the other one as well, but early season is it's kind of that running hook that has become so popular. X Simpson did it at Michigan last night, but a little more successfully than Shmoo Pryor did it, and there's a foul away from the ball.
Looks like Sarah Sprecher's going to be the culprit on the foul there. So, also look at the foul battle. Mount Union with 3 fouls. This is only JCU's first foul with only 2:28 left in the first quarter. Good discipline from them. But the Raiders also, after a couple of early fouls, getting it back together as well.
I think it's also a sign that the officials have decided they're going to let them play, and those are the games I want to see. Mount again this year at 71.2 points per game, but they grabbed 45 rebounds. They just haven't been that aggressive early on as they got a lot of shots like that. Great rebound, though, for Jordan Elliott out of Howard, Ohio, and Danville. But turnover, and back the opposite way with a full head of steam goes Pryor. Almost threw it away right to Sprecher. And hey, look at that. Sometimes better lucky than good, at least to get the shot off. And Aguilar is going to get called for probably the easiest foul all day. If you extend your hands and just shove a player out of the way, they'll get you.
It was a clear look. Had the arms extended, referee was right on top of it, foul there. And now Mount Union a chance to set up the offense once again and possibly take the lead, try to take the lead.
Hannah Schaefer played in 21 games last year, now checks in with a basketball for Mount Union, and wow. That's
right back.
Said a minute ago, it was the easy call if you extend your arm. Also, if you extend your arm up towards the face.
That's right, as we get a replay here. Schaefer extending the arm against Sarah Sprecher, who was trying to slide her feet. Getting that arm around the head area, that'll be a foul every time.
That wasn't a happy smile on her face, by the way. Just outside of a minute as they feed into the post. On a quick turnaround, good left hand, just not high enough to get that one to go in for Graham. A Solon Comet trying to soar a little too close to the basket as a quick turnover again, and that no-look right hand from Adler almost resulted in points, but Mount able to get back at the last second as they are looking to make an entire line change.
And UMU really needs to settle it down as soon as they get the defensive rebound. They want to work in transition, but they also need to settle down, find the right pass, and try to get the open lane.
Megan Hess out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, and Seneca Valley High School into the game for the first time. Down to a minute 20 here in University Heights, the first of our 8 regular season OAC games. All 10 teams will be in action. Nobody will be on more than once. We'll get a good look at what the OAC has to offer all the way through the conference championships in a couple of months. As the runner, sometimes you get those rolls at home, and it gives you a 3-point lead.
Sarah Sprecher, open pocket in this paint. Don't want to give her that. Just help off the rim.
She won 8 letters at Avon High School as the wraparound for Rachel Tinkey. 29 last year against Baldwin Wallace. She's not who you want if you're John Carroll to start get it going. As it falls asleep on the defensive end, it leads to a point from Shelby Graham. All-American in the high jump, able to show her way right through the defense. As back the opposite, rolls in and out. Hess got a good look at it.
And it's pretty fitting as that was a little bit of a track meet going back and forth.
And a high take off that Euro step bounce. 6 straight points now for John Carroll to 5 at the end of the first quarter. Got just 10 seconds not to let Mount get any closer here at 18-13. Out of the corner will come Hess. Back out top, wide open 3 from the wing. Throwing it down is Hannah Schaefer. And a wild first quarter comes to an end at an 18-16 John Carroll lead as you're watching college basketball here from John Carroll University on NKT.TV.
Are you looking for an exciting career? Tired of a job doing the same task day in and day out? Ferguson Construction may be right for you. Now hiring all positions and skill levels, Ferguson Construction offers best-in-industry wages, full benefits including medical, dental, and vision, and an employer-matched 401k. Ferguson also provides reimbursement for tradesperson certification, so there is no limit to the amount of growth you can create in your career. Log on to ferguson-construction.com or call to get started on your path today.
The Hometown Opportunity website is a great option for us because we can post all of our positions out there. We can then link our application to that website and they can apply directly online for any of our positions we have posted.
They make it really easy to apply to several careers, and within a week I was able to find one that fit me.
I recently re-entered the workforce, and Hometown Opportunity helped me find a job that matched my skills and my family's schedule.
Back here at John Carroll University at 18-16 at first quarter in favor of the Blue Streaks. And you look at what Coach Kelly Marone will want to do. A 6th year, 72-59 here out of the University of South Carolina, where I read a lot about how she was a terrific basketball player in her own right.
Terrific basketball player and terrific basketball coach. Really turned this JCU women's team around.
Helps when you have Shelby Graham, who's willing to do every ball.
And back to Coach Marone again, leading them to an NCAA tournament appearance in 2014 and trying to get them back to that plateau with a new bunch of recruits and a lot of depth as well for them.
They went 22-5 that year, the first ever OAC tournament win in the NCAA tournament. And that's what has been what she would like to become a tradition, and plays like this will help. Well, the start of the play like that is just not high enough for Adler. And a foul back near midcourt, and that's what you don't want to do, Will, if what John Carroll just had happen. You get the steal, you don't get the points, but don't let the, I guess, the bad news of that play compound by committing a foul.
How about that ball handling from Megan Hess to draw that foul from Shrew Pryor? Nothing Pryor could do much about that, and draws the first foul of the second quarter.
A couple of these dribbles I've already been lost, and I'm all the way up here. I can't defend it. Ball thrown away as it was for Jenna Kelly, the freshman out of Barberton.
And the JCU defense getting their hands up, getting in the passing lane, select any ball that comes their way, and got a turnover for that reward.
Mount Union goes at 6 of 11 from the field in the first quarter, but it was the 4 for 7 from 3 that really helped them out. Shot from straight away won't go for John Carroll, as they were 1 for 7 in the first quarter from beyond the arc. Got one early on from Abby Adler, and then just nothing went right from out there. As I believe the anger that you hear is from John Carroll fans who wanted to travel. They won't get it, but they will get a good look at Renee DeFord out of Casttown Miami East High School, getting the 2 points.
And Renee DeFord boxing out to get the help with the rebound. As Heaventon missed there and deflected away, but boxing out to get the rebound on one side and posting up in the paint on the other, getting those 2 points, and it's a brand new ball game at 18 apiece.
Couple of substitutions already here for John Carroll. Will come back in, played 21 games last year, but here's a look at what we were talking about. 4 defenders within a couple of feet as she turns and scoops one off the glass to tie this game.
And it was a mismatch with Shmoo Pryor guarding her as well, turning around and kissing it off the glass.
So first couple of minutes already gone here in this second quarter, as this is pretty much what we expected this game would be. You look at the jumper up and down, and again, I've said this a ton in my broadcasting career, but Carlson for another 2.
And Danny Carlson, as well as Abby Adler for me, really being all over the court for the JCU team.
Off balance, doesn't matter. Tinky drops it in. The OAC's player of the week for the week of November 26th, at 26 in the win against Kenyon. And you see why. She is averaging at 21 minutes a game. You give her that opportunity, she will continue as the fight for the ball will go right out of bounds. But just watch this shot. Not really on balance, just able to put it back in.
And that just goes to show the skill that she has, the skill she brings to this Mount Union team. The senior, bringing the leadership as well, showing it how it's done.
Handful of substitutions back, and I always love that you get the towel. Just come in, here's your towel, go sit down.
And the Towels have had quite the appearance this year at JCU.
Anna Schaefer in for Mount Union, and a 5-second call forced by the Purple Raiders. It's not a play you see very often, but Aguilar was kind of stuck in the corner, not really anywhere that she could go. Nobody was there to help her out. It almost seemed like John Carroll seemed a little bit confused if they had the ball.
And that goes to good working, but also good discipline to not overmark and draw a foul.
On the run, Zanny Sauter with the miss in there, and she's one of those girls who's kind of a spark plug and can be for Mount Union, as there will be a foul. Look, who is it? Right on cue. It never fails. You talk about a player long enough, they will immediately either do something very good or something like that.
Unlikely, just 2 players going for the ball. Carlson comes up with it and just wrong place, wrong time.
Really can't get mad about hustle fouls. Of course, we say that all the way from up here, opposite where the coaches are. Dribble drive, handoff up the middle, and a quick shot, and again, free throw line jumper for Carlson.
And that seems to be her sweet spot in this game so far. You mentioned the dribble drive and getting open.
Her career high is 20. She's got 6 right now, and up off the glass with the left hand is Jamie Sanborn, a 2-time academic All-OAC pick. Game tied at 22, and it has kind of ebbed and flowed back and forth. The largest lead in this game, we've had 2 lead changes and 3 ties, was a 2-point lead early on for both teams.
Well, we saw Renee DeFord earlier in the paint. Now we see Jamie Sanborn for the pass from Tinky.
3, up and down. No fancy way to say that.
Yeah, couldn't even finish my thought, but Bree Pittenger getting on the score sheet early.
She doesn't even have a made 3 or attempted 3 this year. But she's got one here. 25-22 now, John Carroll. And great screen games underneath, but not able to finish is Rapich. And a simple 1-on-4 game for Tinky again, she's a smart player. She's a biochem major. There's not really any way I can explain this other than her will for that ball was better than the defenders in front of her.
You could just see it in her eyes as well, just really trying to fight for that ball. So this, and another substitution coming in, but really fighting for it and getting the second chance opportunity and drawing the shooting foul.
That free throw right there is a big story for Mount Union. Out of her previous 16 opportunities, she had not missed one this season. So that her first miss in what would be a one-point game is now at 2, is off and running maybe a little bit too much to a detriment. Is Carroll had a terrific, well-designed play, just didn't execute it.
And Shelby Graham was wide open. The two-handed overhand pass from Carlson just a little bit ahead of her. Another turnover.
Salter with a quick screen game around Sanborn, down to the baseline and behind the back, as there's nowhere for her to go. Blue Streaks did a tremendous job of getting in front of her, but again, this is what has happened the last 3 or 4 possessions now for the Purple Raiders. It's not fancy, but it's effective. Get around the corner, straight down the lane, and wait for somebody to close. If they don't, you're going to get a point. If they do, they're going to foul you. That's what's happened here.
That's right. The adjustment from the first quarter where you saw a lot of perimeter offense from Mount Union. And then they switched now to trying to get the pick and roll type offense, trying to really drive it down the lane, JCU defenders, and it's either a foul or 2 points.
Jordan Elliott into the game as a free throw for Sanborn, a 50% shooter on the year. It's 1 out of 2. I guess that's why statistics exist. But a terrific game so far here in University Heights. It's down to the free throw line and a travel. And that's a good call by the officials, because Aguilar, who I've read a lot about her high school career, was just a storybook, a SoCal prep legend, but she kind of got caught in the middle. When she drove, she saw, you can watch her kind of look a little left. When she stepped through, realized there's no one I can get that to, and got called for the travel. 3 in the air on the opposite side. The rebound eventually corralled by Graham.
And you mentioned Aguilar trying to get that gather step, but again, just a little too far from her momentum,
That is the Euro step plus some. Off the glass will go Heffington, having herself a heck of a night so far. She's got 6. Actually make it 8, and her team now on top by 3. Redirected ball for Rapids, lost it off her shin. And what you can see in this camera shot, and especially from where we are down in the corner, everybody on this half of the gym pointed just to help the officials out.
That's right, but again, Abby Adler getting the deflection off of Tori Rapids, and she's been a menace defensively for the Blue Streaks.
So Shmoo Pryor, currently in the MBA program after she graduated. Now the offense initiated. Ball right back off her right hand and back to Mount Union. She's got to watch what Strauka can do now. And it's a different dimension, too, as a foul underneath, away from the ball. But it becomes a completely different thing now if Carroll, because that's not a big scouting report thing on her. She's not going to step out through the first 6 games and do that. Now she's coming in and saying, all right, guns blazing, let's go. That's
right. Just really nothing holding back. But another thing to point out before we resume action, that is now JCU's 4th foul in this second quarter, 5:02 remaining as well.
They had it the other way around where it was 3-1 early in the first quarter. So this is a physical game. Again, you can't get really mad about hustle fouls, but I say that up here, you can get mad about travels.
Just drag that pivot foot, tried to plant that left foot on the floor, but just got a little too antsy, if you will, trying to find that pass and call that movement.
Lena Rao out of Seven Hills and Padua Franciscan. If I say Padua wrong, my wife's from Cleveland, she'll be mad. I've known it. Now on the quick scoop, you gotta love what John Carroll's at least attempting to do offensively. Drag the defense below the free throw line, create some sort of mismatch on a switch, and maybe get a backside 3. Mount's going right with him as the first time the shot clock has really been an issue in this game. First time it's been under 8. There's a rebound for DeFord, the integrated media major at Mount Union.
And you see JC was trying to flip it top of the key, get just a little bit of space to try to get the open three. They try to go to the corner. Carlson just off the mark, and you mentioned it. Credit Mount Union's defense to lowering the shot clock as we see this replay.
She tries to throw up across, and just the worst part about knocking that ball away is if you fall down. Inside, Mount with a quick response from DeFord, 6'1", able to get across and another foul. They seem to be picking up now.
But you can see Anna Alk here just kind of motioning to Elena Rao. Shmoo Pryor really ran past her, but just a hand check foul. She was trying to say that, you know, just try to calm it down. I was going to stop the ball behind her, just try to settle it down next time.
Sala run the offense from a straightaway at 4 minutes. And a lot of open space, almost daring Graham, who has just not attempted a three-pointer yet this year, to do it. Three comes from the opposite side. And it won't fall for Pryor. Pryor's just 4 of 13 coming in. It's not big numbers, but if you get one or two confident shots, kind of get the heat check shot, I think that's what Mount is flirting with right now.
And why not? Just a lot of open spaces, and they've been making them.
Tinky's on the backside trying to scream at everybody as she runs down through just inside of the ball, that she wants that ball. And a travel. I don't know if we get a shot of it from the floor, but I could read Renee DeFord's lips after she turned around, and the official, who's right in front of her, by the way, said she traveled. She turned and said, "No way," shook her head and walked away. But it seemed like a pretty easy travel call to me.
I mean, easy travel call, but the credit to that JCU defense.
Back the opposite way, you can't argue, as that's now 3 missed layups, point-blank style, for John Carroll. Now here comes Alcar again, back out top. Really thought Mount was going to go more to the basket. They run east and west sets as the isolation on the feed inside. Great take for 2 for Sanborn.
And Jamie Sanborn in the paint, causing Coach Marone to take a timeout, but using her frame, turning around, getting the nice bucket, and now Mount Union with their first lead.
And that lead at 28-27 here in this second quarter. You look at how this is be. John Carroll right now is shooting 12 of 32 field, but it's kind of a big number for them right now. They're just 2 of 12 from 3, something that they've been able to do. They've been able to get not really the shots they want right now.
You're right, and again, credit to Mount Union's defense. As I mentioned, they try to settle things, they try to move forward. As we take a look at the JCU student section at the Carroll Varsity Center, but trying to move forward, and now Mount Union settle things down. They're sliding their feet. They're moving with the ball as it shifts side to side on the court, and that is causing John Carroll to miss a lot of the three-point opportunities. And now they're translating that into offensive success as they're settling down as well offensively.
A lot of your friends probably just added to their Snapchat.
Yeah, maybe it could be possible. My Snapchat game is pretty strong.
So we'll see how the rest of this first half plays out here for John Carroll, as Mount, again, has slowed it down and has made it more of their pace. They're more grinding right now. They wanted to play fast early, but you could tell that it really didn't suit what they were looking to do. They slowed Ohio Northern down on Saturday, and defensively, they have slowed down John Carroll.
And another violation doesn't help their cause as well for JCU, but Mount Union getting more and more opportunities as the match goes on, and now they have a chance to extend that lead as JCU is going to look at a man-to-man set defensively.
So you get one side of a Syracuse, New York native in Kelly Marone for John Carroll. The other side to get a Mount Union graduate in Susie Vanette, who's had a tremendous record in OAC play. But her team right now only cares about one, and that is the win here tonight. They sit at 1-0 in the league, right at the top of the conference. The ball fired back through. It'll get started, really. A lot of big games coming up before Christmas. As the off-balance feed in the basket. You feel like you're having a good night if you're Heffington. You continue your march towards being the first player in double figures. Watch the foul create this off-balance shot.
And she's utilizing the dribble to create some space inside the paint, turning around, help with the rim of the glass, and a chance for a three-point play.
68% free throw shooter on the year. Bends and throws up and in. So a 2-point lead back for John Carroll. Just under 2 minutes to go now into the first half. Mount's got to be, you don't necessarily have to score, but you've got to have a smart possession here. Maybe try to create another foul. at least go into the second half having created a couple of fouls as the off-balance runner does its way in. That'll work too.
That word, and that starts with JCU doubling Jamie Sanborn, attracting attention, and then kicking it out for the layup.
Sauter with that quick little floater, and a foul on the opposite side at 120. Fouls now 5-4 against Mount. That'll be a bonus situation, but watch the way this play sets up. 4 defenders just in front, and actually it ends up being Tinky. I should have known because she was doing cartwheels asking for the ball.
That's right, and Tinky getting the pass out and just find the lane. She has that burst of speed to just drive down the lane and just say, hey, I'm going to float this up here and you're not going to stop it.
Sprecher now 7 of 11 from the line this year. The Avon High School Female Athlete of the Year when she was a senior. Hits both free throws, gives her team back a 1-point lead. Now the difference right now at a minute 20 is a game clock at 1:15, the shot clock at around 21. But as I say that about slowing down, doesn't matter if you don't have the ball.
That's right, but now you have to look at JCU trying to extend their possession a little bit, trying to give Mount Union as little time as possible, but they also want to maybe keep a little time for themselves to get the last shot.
On the quick possession, the offset at about 40 seconds left here in the first half. John Carroll on top, 31-30. Beautiful backdoor pass, but another missed point-blank layup. I'm not trying to harp on this, but it's a big story that there are 8 points right now by my math that John Carroll has left off the scoreboard.
But now they have a second chance opportunity. Sanborn trying to box out as we play here. The shot from Carlson off the rim, and Heffington fighting for it, but just trying to upend it a little bit with Sanborn, and that'll be a 2-shot foul for Heffington.
Free throw up and good. First team freshman of the year and the Great Lakes co-rookie of the year last year. Luckily for me, the John Carroll Athletic Department does a terrific job putting things.
I give a lot of credit to them all the time, that's for sure.
Makes it a lot easier to do my job. Second free throw, no good. So a 2-point disadvantage for Mount. The differential in the shot clock is about 26 seconds. But they can get a shot to get even or go up 1 here and force John Carroll into an interesting position on their last trip down the floor. Just got to get 1 good shot. Rapich now with a great feed down under to the block. Back out top, the free throw line jumper, good for Schaefer. Down to 30 seconds, really. This is the weird thing. You play for 1, you play for a good one.
That's right, and this is where JCU, maybe not, just going to try to drive as Spicer was going hard.
Fouled on her way there. She gets up, checking out the right elbow, and you'll see why here on the replay. Watch how hard she hits the floor on her way by. Splits a pair of defenders, and just on the up and under, I could hear it from all the way across the gym. Free throw for Spicer doesn't roll in.
But you mentioned Spicer as well as Sarah Sprecher. I wanted to touch on that as well. Not afraid to dive on the floor, try to get those gritty balls and those gritty points. And they'll take a beating a little bit, but they hope that it's always in a winning effort.
I'd say it's those little guards who are more willing to do that. Now at 5'4", misses both free throws. Was the player of the year at Magnificat in her senior year. So Mount with an opportunity to go ahead here before the halftime break. Down to the final 10 seconds as they walk it back out. You've got to hear the clock in your head here at this point. On the 3, Tinky for the lead, rolls out, and why not? How this game was going to go. It's 32-32 at the halftime break. We'll have our halftime interview coming up here in just a few as you're watching the OAC Women's Basketball Game of the Week from John Carroll University here on NKT.TV.
What is the best way to reach your customers? Have you tried traditional marketing and fallen short? Use video marketing from NKT Productions. It's effective, economical, and it can be used across multiple devices. Capture your customers where they spend their time most, on TV, websites, email, and social media. Don't miss your chance to show the world how great your business is with video marketing. Experience the power of video marketing through NKT Productions. Meet with one of our experienced media agents to learn more. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
An experience as unique as you. Be exceptional at the University of Mount Union.
Are you looking for an exciting career? Tired of a job doing the same task day in and day out? Ferguson Construction may be right for you. Now hiring all positions and skill levels, Ferguson Construction offers best-in-industry wages, full benefits including medical, dental, and vision, and an employer-matched 401k. Ferguson also provides reimbursement for tradesperson certification, so there is no limit to the amount of growth you can create in your career. Log on to ferguson-construction.com or call to get started on your path today.
The Hometown Opportunity website is a great option for us because we can post all of our positions out there. We can then link our application to that website and they can apply directly online for any of our positions we have posted.
They make it really easy to apply to several careers, and within a week I was able to find one that fit me.
I recently re-entered the workforce, and Hometown Opportunity helped me find a job that matched my skills and my family's schedule.
What is the best way to reach your customers? Have you tried traditional marketing and fallen short? Use video marketing from NKT Productions. It's effective, economical, and it can be used across multiple devices. Capture your customers where they spend their time most, on TV, websites, email, and social media. Don't miss your chance to show the world how great your business is with video marketing. Experience the power of video marketing through NKT Productions. Meet with one of our experienced media agents to learn more. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
SID here has made my life a heck of a lot easier, and Chris Wentzler, and right now kind of an interesting back and forth contest.
Yeah, and that's, that's obviously what you hope for the first OC game of the week, is that, we're holding viewers' interest all the way to the end here. But yeah, really fun game. I think both teams have missed a lot of golden opportunities and also have made some great shots. So it's been a fun game.
Kind of an interesting year for you guys so far, 3-3 through the first 6. Drop your first OAC game, but after tonight, you kind of get, is your life a little bit easier with them going away for 10 days?
A sports information director's life is never easy. But we always got somebody playing. It's actually final exams week next week for John Carroll, so in that respect, yes, I get a few days off where nobody's competing at all, so I'll enjoy that.
Do you ever get maybe 5 minutes or so where nobody's just knocking on your door wanting to know something?
11 o'clock at night, usually, yeah.
It's early. I'd like that at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's a job that you know what you're getting into when you get into it. So, but it's a fun job too.
You guys have got a lot of big things going on right here at the college right now.
Yeah, we had a really great fall season. Our football team and our men's soccer team both made the NCAA's. We had a couple kids at the cross country championships, and our winter season's off to pretty good starts as well. So yeah, there's always a lot going on, which is great.
Quite a few kids just named in football too.
Yeah, we had 6 kids named to the D3Football.com All-Region team, and 4 on the first team. So those guys have a decent shot at being All-Americans, and it was a unfortunate end getting bounced in the first round, but this team will be back. This program's built to stay.
It's kind of an odd thing. I know it's OAC pride and everything, but you got to root for Mount again.
You know what? I'll say this about the OAC. I'll just to kind of give a plug for the whole conference. I got diagnosed with cancer in April. That's why I've got the hairstyle that I do. And the conference was incredible. I had, Mountain Union SID sends me a winter cap. It didn't say Mountain Union on it, but it was purple. I mean, we reached a compromise there. One of the first notes I got with my diagnosis was from the Capital men's basketball head coach, Damon Goodwin. Who he went through a cancer scare of his own a couple of years ago. That's, what, for a couple hours we're battling pretty hard, but at the end of the day, we get along pretty well. So I think that's what's really great about this conference.
You wear the purple one underneath a John Carroll one?
I wore it on a Tuesday when there was really nothing going on, so I couldn't be accused of doing anything suspicious on the side. So, but you know what, Lenny Reich sent it out to me, and I told him, I said, if it's sent out of love, I'll wear it. And he absolutely sent it out of love, so I wore it. And I had to explain myself to a few people, but I think that I had the cancer thing on my side, so I got the benefit of the doubt.
They're probably not going to question a guy with cancer.
No, not at all, no.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you've done for us.
Appreciate it, and good luck with all the games of the week.
Back with third quarter action coming up here in just a few on NKT.TV.
Be exceptional at the University of Mount Union.
Are you looking for an exciting career? Tired of a job doing the same task day in and day out? Ferguson Construction may be right for you. Now hiring all positions and skill levels, Ferguson Construction offers best-in-industry wages, full benefits including medical, dental, and vision, and an employer-matched 401k. Ferguson also provides reimbursement for tradesperson certification, so there is no limit to the amount of growth you can create in your career. Log on to ferguson-construction.com or call to get started on your path today.
The Hometown Opportunity website is a great option for us because we can post all of our positions out there. We can then link our application to that website, and they can apply directly online for any of our positions we have posted.
They make it really easy to apply to several careers, and within a week I was able to find one that fit me.
I recently re-entered the workforce, and Hometown Opportunity helped me find a job that matched my skills and my family's schedule.
What is the best way to reach your customers? Have you tried traditional marketing and fallen short? Use video marketing from NKT Productions. It's effective, economical, and it can be used across multiple devices. Capture your customers where they spend their time most, on TV, websites, email, and social media. Don't miss your chance to show the world how great your business is with video marketing. Experience the power of video marketing through NKT Productions. Meet with one of our experienced media agents to learn more. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
An experience as unique as you. Be exceptional at the University of Mount Union.
Are you looking for an exciting career? Tired of a job doing the same task day in and day out? Ferguson Construction may be right for you. Now hiring all positions and skill levels, Ferguson Construction offers best-in-industry wages, full benefits including medical, dental, and vision, and an employer-matched 401k. Ferguson also provides reimbursement for tradesperson certification, so there is no limit to the amount of growth you can create in your career. Log on to ferguson-construction.com or call to get started on your path today.
Back here at halftime, we're tied at 32, John Carroll and Mount Union. Mike Cardoville Blake and a good crowd here for a Wednesday night, and continuing with our stats. You look at a lot of these numbers. Rebounds are one that will jump out to me on paper because of the 19 rebounds you see for the Purple Raiders. 16 of them are on the offensive end. The other side for John Carroll, it's about getting extra opportunities. They have 8 offensive rebounds and 8 defensive rebounds. But right now, three-point shooting kind of also an issue. Will, you look at both sides.
That's right. Trying to work on the perimeter offense here as a quick foul on the play for Mount Union, but just trying to get something going from long range. JCU hasn't had an established leader in that sense, so second half may be a chance to find out.
Look at total points. Nicole Heffington with 12. Outside of that, nobody outside or higher than 5. And that is Abby Adler. But through the first 20 seconds here, we'll see how this possession turns out. Big possession always, anytime you open up the second half, but especially playing it with a tie. 3 on the way and no good. Mount able to track down the rebound. and able to stay right out on top as they go on the offensive for the first time. They run their very short, a lot of short handoffs. See if John Carroll can get in front of it and disrupt that kind of offense.
And that's how JCU got so many turnovers, just getting in those short lanes.
Fighting on their way in. A lot of fight downside, and a three from way downtown. That's somewhere near the queue downtown where that shot came from. No good, and those aren't probably middle of possession shots that you want. If you're Mount, you sort of settled for any shot on that drive. Three inside, this time for two. And a steal, here you go. Lead one to the other, but the runner won't fall. Sometimes you're just trying to get that so quick with the 2-on-2 before everybody gets back that you'll settle for something, but there you go. There's one of the keys. Nobody boxing out.
And by virtue of the back of the rim, however, just having some space, but JCU getting the offensive rebounds, and you mentioned how Mount Union out-rebounded them, but JCU had 8 offensive rebounds in the first half.
It's a fight down inside, and a pair of 23s going at it. I guess the winner on that one will be a sophomore out of Avon Lake, as her team will come up with the basketball. I think there are some fans that might have wanted a little bit more contact. Quick crossover, beautiful move, at least early, but that you see just enough of that stop for Tinky where the ball got caught on her hip. She wasn't able to put up the shot that she was looking for.
But still, you mentioned great handles.
Feed into the post, and Graham not able to get to it. And the takedown foul. You can hear it in the background. That went the way of John Carroll. Get a look at the replay. Ooh.
Again, a hard collision there, and Alkire will be the culprit on the foul, but Sarah Sprecher, again, planting her feet, as we saw in the replay, and just foul. And 2 fouls already for Mount Union this third quarter.
That makes her tougher than me, because I wouldn't have stood there and taken that.
It's definitely physical, that's for sure.
No, it's almost a WWE takedown. Just out on the way and into the corner. Good screen game here for John Carroll, and a wide open three for Adler in the bottom of the bucket. 3 for 12 coming in from outside, but it doesn't matter if you can make a shot like that work. Feed into the post, and there's that double on the defense down on the blocks. Leads to a run, and it's a 5-point run through the first couple of minutes. Everything momentum-wise continuing to build for John Carroll right now.
That's right, and early on, jumping out to a 5-point lead, Mount Union yet to score a point in the second half, as we see the replay here going in transition. Just out of bounds, but another set of offensive opportunity for the Blue Streaks.
Both coaches with conversations here, as it's easy to figure out who the foul's going on. Sprecher was knocked to the floor by Renee DeFord. DeFord now has picked up 2 fouls the same way, where she's just turned and kind of stared at the official. No, that wasn't me. It was you, I saw it. It's kind of the conversation. Feed into the post. Mount does a good job of doubling down in the post, like John Carroll did it on the other side. But a ball that finds its way redirected into the table.
And Nicole Heffington drawing the double in the paint, trying to kick it out, but that pass just high. But that is what JCU wants to do offensively, draw the double, as we see another hustle play from Sarah Sprecher.
Watch out, ref. Remember, he's part of the court.
That's right. It hits it, keep on going.
That's what he's trying to remember right now. It's almost hit him right in the face. As the quick dribble handoffs. On the spin, Mount trying to create something from up top. See how they play this one with Corinna Maynard. 3 from the corner, wow. That is a beautiful rainbow shot. I looked away, and it was still going in the air and still in the bottom of the basket for Reppage. And as you go look at her replay.
Just nothing but net, an absolutely perfect baseline 3 jumper to get now Mount Union 2 points closer.
Mount has gone almost at times to a version of a zone defense. They almost go 2-3. They mix in a couple of quick turnovers as Maynard with the steal. An honorable mention All-Ohio picker last year in high school. As it knocked out of bounds. So highly competitive third quarter so far, but it has gone John Carroll's way. They were tied at 32 at the break. First of 2 times these teams will meet. The next one will come in Alliance on January the 23rd.
And we see more substitutions. It's not necessarily sometimes about getting fresh legs, but also the matchup battle that these two coaches, Coach Fournette for Mount Union and Coach Marone for John Carroll, just trying to get the ideal set out in the court for a possible opportunity to an advantage, if you will.
Also kind of one of those things, you're still early in the season trying to figure out, all right, at what time, in what situation is there's a foul to stop the clock just outside of 6 minutes, but what 5 can I put on the floor? Whether it's a blowout, whether it's a 2-point game or what have you, you're early enough in the season you can do that. And now the 3 from the right corner, no good for Megan Hess.
And the interesting thing, you mentioned the different players, but you also see the different defensive sets that both teams are throwing out there.
Still trying to get something in, is up on the take is Heffington. She's got 14. Now again, one way to do it, just continue to go to her, feed her, and let her bring your team's lead higher and higher. Shot not high enough, knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Mount Union.
And that was a great find by Hannah Schaefer to find Elena Rao down low. The layup just off the mark, but a good look.
That right there is nothing. Hustle.
Yeah. Heffington, known for her hustle, known for her physicality, and known for her finesse as well.
I think that Mount might have missed one here because on that throw to Ford, if she had looked behind her, is now a steal and a 4-on-3. Kick to the corner for 3 and away. Skims the top of the rim. And DeFord called for a foul, but you know, if she'd have looked, she had a crosser behind her on that play, and that's an angry look as she comes back up.
4 fouls for Mount Union in this third quarter, not even halfway through, 5:16 remaining. But again, Mount Union, they need to bury the open shots when they have them, especially from beyond the arc. That's how they'll get back into this game and try to get a possible lead change.
Now we'll work with the backside screens from the free throw line and the shake of the head from the Mentor Cardinal and Heffington. Back out top, but she was not able to create the separation. Nobody fell for the head fake, apparently. And it is DeFord back on the other side. She's already 6'1", but when she's jumping, trying to explain, throw the ball high to me, it's a very hard thing. Mount's not able to get it to her.
That's right, and Bree Pettinger, 5'9", having defensive duties on her. So it'll be interesting to see how they mess with each other down low in the paint.
And I don't know if we can get a shot of this, but I just happened to notice that the Mount Union coaches at the end of the bench have kind of the football play cards where they've got the different symbols that kind of mean different things. I just happened to notice that they were holding them up during this half.
And you know, just having the visible signs instead of the verbal signs can be just as helpful. So whatever worked for them.
I think the answer is continue to shoot threes. Hess is now 0 for 3 in this half, and they're all nearly the same miss there. As the beautiful feed on the inside and the quick foul, Graham, she had everything working towards the basket.
And she made a hard cut as we see the replay here. A nice pass from Spicer, finding Graham, going towards the basket and drawing the foul from Jamie Sanborn. 2 shots for Graham.
Graham now at the line, 1 for 8 this season coming in. Misses on the first. 21 points, 9 rebounds against Case last year. We talked about earlier her high jump skills. They've come in handy because there have been a couple of balls that she has went out of her way to go get. But what has been impressive to me about her, 26 starts last year, 10-7 on the stat sheet, but 65 career starts. That's another one of those leaders, unfortunately not able to put down either free throw.
That's right, that's going to be something important going forward. Graham is extremely athletic, but has to work on getting those free throws down and try to get some reward out of it, if you will.
And they feed down underneath. I thought that ball was going out of bounds, not in the bottom of the bucket for Sarah Hessel. The sophomore at Avon Lake averages 6 points a game. There have been a couple of highly athletic, questionable bounces.
Those were great hands by Hadley to keep that in. Round the bounce just above that sideline.
I don't think that there's a Mount Union player that has been able really to stay with Pryor up top off the dribble. Mount forcing everything to the corner. You see almost a triangle of players down underneath, but a turnover. As those at the half, it was 15-5 against Mount Union. So I'm curious, 3.5 minutes ago, you're trying to establish this tone. You're trying not to make a mistake here. I'm shocked if Mount wasn't going to try to come back out and feed into the post.
And they had the so, you know, Renee DeFord, Jamie Sanborn, as well as Brent Stralka. But currently speaking, they're going to try to work the offense to a T outside, and if they find the lane inside, they'll go to it.
You also get Haley Peoples O'Neill out of Geneva High School in there, a 3-time All-Ohio mention. The honorable mention pick is the free throw now up and good, but this is pretty easy. You're going to stop me from getting there. You're going to have to foul me. That's a great take. Free throws for Hess.
And that's just pure speed, getting by the defender and getting the shot up.
Second free throw, you can hear it. That's my favorite microphone ever now. I can hear it in my headset tie this ball game. That's why Scott was up on a ladder early, just to make that work.
And again, nice looking sound, but you know, now we have a brand new ball game once again. After John Carroll went to a run, Mount Union clawed the way back, and it's brand new at 39 apiece.
Anna Alcar out of Massillon back up, and she immediately pays dividends off the bench. She almost volleyball stuffed that right back to the floor. As the turnover, the alternate possession will go the opposite way. And this is an opportunity for Mount. Watch how hard, you'll see her right there, able to just stuff that back. No thank you, please get out of my way.
Getting the hands up there, Peoples O'Neill making it work.
And another possession come right back. Mount Union 15 of 33 from the field. They've turned the ball over though, 18. So you see the switch of the possession arrow at the table. It's almost like they find it when I talk about it. The crew's doing a terrific job shooting this first OAC game of the week. Take by Pryor down inside and almost knocked away. You hate those plays because they hang up on the rim and don't go in. You've got to feel cheated. But every time that Mount tries to get something going in terms of momentum, they're almost stymied by themselves as they approach 20 turnovers.
And you got to think that Mount Union was going to try to slow down, but at the same time, JC was making them speed up by pressing immediately after a rebound.
3 lead changes and 6 ties here in this ball game. Largest lead for Mount Union came at 5-3. They would like not to go back down. They've trailed by as much as 7. They're down 3. You know why? The bank is open today.
That's right, it is Wednesday.
It's the one bank.
The one bank open today, but getting JCU the lead back as Shrew Pryor gets the three-pointer to fall and getting the Blue Streaks back on track from long range.
Who would have ever thought? The one bank that didn't close for President Bush's viewing is in University Heights. Is now trying to make a run. Are the Blue Streaks up 42-39. Talk about smart plus possessions all the time. This is one. The back down in the post, and that's a good matchup between Hessel and Heffington. But Heffington continues to get the better of it.
Heffington's not afraid to use her body down low, really pushing, using her shoulder to try to drive the defender back and try to get a shot off and drawing the foul as it's a bonus situation from here on out for the quarter.
Free throw up and good off the front of the rim as you see the trio of substitutions, including who could be the difference maker with this close game, and Danny Carlson back in. The junior having her a terrific night, and also going forward, she's a tremendous free throw shooter, 77% a year ago. Heffington knuckleballs one, that won't fall. But you look at what she is doing right now, 17 points in 25 minutes.
And she's third in the OAC in minutes played as well as another turnover. But again, going into this match of 182 minutes of basketball play for Nicole Heffington.
Bingo. You could see that one coming. If you've been watching this game long enough, you could see that one was coming. Watch the hype right now as we go into this timeout. But on this replay, if you can't see this coming, you haven't watched enough basketball. Wide open, top of the key, bang. I would say she's feeling it. Now 8 points away from tying her career high.
And still plenty of time left, a minute 36 left in the third quarter, and then another 10 minutes in the fourth. But again, slowing down the offense, passing it back, wide on the top of the key. She's not gonna miss them there. And now a substantial lead brewing for the Blue Streaks.
Heffington comes in averaging 13 points a game, 8 rebounds. Talked about the Great Lakes co-rookie of the year last year, but it was because coming in, she was tremendous. 26 games, averaged 16 points a game. You go back to her playing at Mentor High School, 1,000+ points in her career, 2-time All-Conference, and an honorable mention All-Ohio pick. And she's another one I remember seeing through the course of their tournament run and just marveling at how when she gets on a streak, it's apt where she ended up going, that she can do a lot of damage, and that's happening right now. Mount's got to figure out a way to stop her.
And that was a great rebound from Danny Carlson, going amongst everybody.
Ball barely hit the floor except for the one dribble. And Pettinger will put it in. 3-year captain at Edison High School for the Chargers. Now 48-39, largest lead of the ball game for John Carroll.
And you gotta think, even though there's still a lot of time left, you would think Mount Union would need a basket here to try to stop the bleeding.
3, top of the key, won't go. The offensive rebounding, though, we talked about in the first half. John Carroll had 8 offensive rebounds, but it seemed like they were a lot. Remember, they had, 3 to open the game. So outside of that, they were shut down at times. But they were able to come back and get one here and lead to free throws.
That's right, and who else better to take it than Rachel Tinkey, the senior leader.
Missed her first free throw of the season today, but has hit 2 in a row since that point. There was some discussion before her first free throw.
And she's also 1 rebound away from a double-double.
And a free throw up and good. Now 48-41 as she will have to wait for that rebound. It's already the substitution will bring back in Rao. There have been a ton of players that have come through Mount Union's revolving door of substitutions today. Rao with the steal, tripped up as she came across. She's feeling it in some sort of way because as she set up in the corner, she was waiting for that basketball. Down into the post and blocked. Pryor got her hand right on top of it. And that was almost that I was doubting because she realized she's going to go dribble to the baseline, come back to the inside toward the free throw line, just smacked it right out of her hand.
Yeah, Rao had the open shot, but Pryor using her hands, getting him up, just trying to get anywhere in the lane or in the shooting path and getting a block.
And the best part about it is you get one of those Wilt Chamberlain blocks where you get your team the possession of the basketball. Bill Russell was always really good about that too. So it's a wasted block if you don't get your team the ball. Mount trailing it by 7 here at the end of the third, needing to keep it from becoming 9 or possibly 10. Pryor, why not? There is no scientific reason that ball should come close to going in, and nearly a 5-second call as the third quarter comes to an end.
It was an off-balance effort, but she knew where she was on the court. She had to use the glass, and she got it right on the spot, and that is how JCU will go into the fourth quarter with a 9-point lead. The replay right off that corner, and 2 points for Shmoo.
We've had a lot of great plays in the game, but I think you watch back the replay reel later on, that's going to be one that's near the top. That I talked about in the second quarter, not compounding bad plays with another bad play, as the John Carroll students are fired up here just a couple of weeks before Christmas, but that is more of a thing of, all right, I've done it at one end, watch this, watch me work on the other end.
And back and forth they go. They keep on going. And that's how many players that JCU can have doing that. We've seen Abby Adler. We've seen Danny Carlson. We've seen now Shmoo Pryor making their presence known back and forth. But Mount Union, they should have a chance to get back into this game. You mentioned I think they'll try to go back to that. They had a ton of success with that. The floor was working as well on the perimeter. But I'm looking for Jamie Sanborn to come back in, make an impact for the Purple Raiders, try to get them back on track. But JCU so far looking really good with 10 minutes to go.
Top half of the OAC right now, Baldwin-Wallace and Marietta, the only 2 teams with 2 wins on the year. Baldwin-Wallace at 6-0 and a 5-1 record for Marietta. As Mount comes in at 6-0 overall, 1-0 on the year. The look at the replays. Capitals sitting at 4-0, they're undefeated. Right in the middle of that pack, though, maybe not necessarily who you would anticipate with Ohio Northern. Their one loss this year came to Mount Union on Saturday.
And that was a tough loss for Ohio Northern, but Mount Union playing extremely well at home to kick off the OAC schedule.
Ohio Northern women also in action tonight. We'll have a ton of their games throughout the course of the year, both the men and the women. And now, it's interesting. This is the go time. If you're Mount, every possession becomes important, and they get a great start to the fourth quarter on that take.
And right on cue, Sanborn in the paint.
Quick steal and a kick ball. Saw that the other night where they didn't call it unless it created an advantage for the other team. I was always under the impression you call it no matter what. But watch the roll away from Pryor.
And
Just a quick lead.
What a pass from Alina Rao to find Sanborn in space to create that two-point play.
It's back from the perimeter, trying to work back inside. Great spacing of the floor on this possession for Mount Union. The take too high, and it goes back, and the foul. It's pretty easy to get Adler on that one. She just shoved Rao out of the way, but that's you can't discount hustle. Rao was able to create her own opportunity. She missed and then got hammered.
But you see, this is the product of Mount Union coming out the gate hot to start off the fourth quarter, drawing the foul, and then going straight to the line, causing turnovers, working in the post, and creating some opportunities for themselves, but had to make them free throws as well.
These are free throws on the season. Second one up and good to make it 50-44. Played 23 games last year, freshman. He's a two-time captain and district champ at Padua Franciscan. And she gets called for the foul. After all the good things I just said about her, you get the foul with the same two, Adler and she and Rao on the same play. On the other side, now it just flips.
And it's a little bit of a wrong place, wrong time. You see Adler backing up a little bit as Rao was running forward, a little bit of a bump, and drawing the foul.
Trying to get it down into the post Pryor. On the opposite, screaming about how the set that she put down, she had a shooter behind her wide open. But Graham fighting down low, and just didn't work out the way that was drawn up.
And that was a great job by the Mount Union defense, swarming to Sarah Sprecher to try to get their hands on the ball and getting the jump ball. Next one will go Mount Union's way.
So we'll see which way that John Carroll tries to attack. A lot of teams love to go catch and shoot on the three in the corner. Not exactly what they're going to try here. They go back to their leading scorer in this ball game, and nothing goes right. Alkire now with the basketball, brings it left, and a foul underneath. That's what happens. You get a lot of these games earlier on. Remember, when it was going back and forth, it was a fast-paced games. They didn't really want to call a lot of time or a lot of fouls. Now, as it gets closer, kind of grind time to the final couple of minutes, if you do something, you're probably going to get nailed for it.
That was a nice block there from Adler. Now here come the Blue Streaks the other way.
And a quick turnaround. I'm surprised, really, that Pryor didn't take that one further down. Brings it back up to the top half for Sprecher, back on the high go-round from the top of the key. Not a terrific pass. Two defenders in front. You better make sure to bounce past that one as the layup attempt and the foul. It was just not the entry that they've had so far.
That's right, but you see Rao really stepping up, I should say, in this offense and having the numbers with her, but elected to drive there, knew that it was a 3-on-1 situation, and drawing the foul almost the play as we get a timeout.
And a timeout here at 8:06 to go into the fourth. It's 50-44. John Carroll in the lead on NKT.TV.
The Hometown Opportunity website is a great option for us because we can post all of our positions out there. We can then link our application to that website, and they can apply directly online for any of our positions we have posted.
They make it really easy to apply to several careers, and within a week I was able to find one that fit me.
I recently re-entered the workforce, and Hometown Opportunity helped me find a job that matched my skills and my family's schedule.
Free throws coming up as the clock stop at 8:06 out of the timeout. We'll talk after this contest is over to both head coaches about how they think this game went. Should be an interesting conversation because it's a physical game that has gone back and forth as the free throw for Rao rips through the net. Mount continues to try to just chip away, and really, well, they're not in a bad position. You're down 5, maybe 4 here in a second, but you've got a couple of things that have worked out. You just have to be smarter at times with the basketball.
And you're right, and they're not in a bad spot at all. Down 5 with 8:05, still plenty of time to tie this game, try to take the lead. Just going to try to minimize the turnovers. JCU very aggressive defensively, and especially off the press, but here's a turnover for Mount Union.
I think one thing that John Carroll's going to think about when they watch this game back, as the ball knocked out of bounds, is 5 for 15 outside of Heffington, who's 3 for 5. Nobody else is having a good night from the free throw line, and those are free points. You're up 5. If you hit even half, you might be leading by double digits.
And JCU needs to be careful. 3 fouls already in the quarter.
Heffington kind of caught in between. She didn't go straight in, didn't go to the backboard, but ultimately a foul will bail her team out.
And Shelby Graham, a big part of this JCU team for senior leadership, but also on the boards. And she has been outstanding for JCU in that regard as well. Dr. Gerd now 5th rebound of the evening.
See the look at the foul there as DeFord comes back in. Played just 6 games, started 2 last year before an injury derailed her season. As the blocking foul is going to result in now the foul count continuing to rise. Not that long ago in this quarter, it was 1-1. Now it's 3-3.
And sometimes it's going to be like that. You're going to have a hard physical battle in the paint or outside as well. You can see even in the press situations or a loose ball situation, as Spicer makes her first free throw, you can see how much they want to get after it, how much they want to fight for that 50-50 ball and create more opportunities for themselves.
Spicer still perfect on the year from the free throw line coming into today. She was perfect. She was 4 for 4. She's 1 for 4 today, but look at the hustle. Right back with a rebound to keep it alive, and a 6-point lead turns into 8. That quickly, second chances, they are a killer as Carlson makes now an 8-point lead for John Carroll.
Just found some space, floated it with the right hand.
Mama said there'd be days like this. Right now, though, keep in mind that Rao and Hessel each have 3 fouls for Mount Union. Sanborn's got 4. As the 3 clanks off the right side of the rim and a foul on the floor.
It's going to be interesting to see what they call it on. I believe they call it on Heffington.
That should be just her second. Now, again, free throw shooting, the end of this ball game. Mount Union shoots 73.6% from the line. John Carroll at 67.6. If you get to that point, it's something you're going to keep in mind because early it was a 3-point shooting show. But right now, each team about 5 for 18 from out there as the hook shot with left hand drops in for Sarah Hessel.
And Hessel really calm with the movement as well. Knew where she was in the court. You saw the replay there. Left-handed floater goes in.
Uses the right hand to jar the ball away. Now at 53-47, this is Mount's tempo. They've slowed things down a little bit. They'll skip cross court into the corner. The 3 for Hessel away, or for Tinky rather, away and no good off the pass from Hessel. But you're in a precarious situation really defensively on both sides because you're not at a point where you can afford to give away possessions. 3 in the air from the corner. Again, thuds intermediately between the rim and the backboard.
But you also got to be, you want to press as much as possible, especially for JCU, trying to hold this lead, but you don't want to foul.
Tinky with a bump on her way to the glass for 2.
And maybe you saw a little bit of that. You saw Nicole Heffington put her hands up. She didn't want to draw the foul and put Mount Union in the bonus in a nice instead.
Tinky did the smart thing too because just on her drive to the right, she turned her body just enough. If I'm going to take the contact, I'm going to make this shot. They're not going to call the foul, that's fine, but we went in 4. Some version of that is probably her thinking. Looking for the step back, nothing doing. Now the feed across into the post to Heffington. Shot clock at 4. And my, oh my. Her night continues. 22 points now.
Heffington 5 for 10. Renee DeFord 6 for 1, but that's not a problem for her as you see the replay. Bodying up, spinning around and using the glass to her advantage.
Look what I can do. I found the extra button. That's almost like a cheat code. She got 22 points now to Heffington on 9 of 12 from the field. Also 8 rebounds.
And also, she's coming off a milestone achievement where she eclipsed 500 points. There are 3 active players on the blue streaks with 500 points. That's Shelby Graham, Shrew Pryor, and now Nicole Heffington.
It's a free throw, no good for Mount Union. And Rao, her team now, 8 of 13 from the line.
And that needs to improve, especially down the stretch. They are now in the bonus situation. Every foul will result in free throws, and they need to bury them to get back and try to tie this game.
Second free throw, good. And we go back to something, Will, that you said in the keys of the game about John Carroll, about feeding off the synergy, your backyard rivalry game, really. But they've kind of done that at times, and that last one was the most evident with Heffington getting that basket.
That's right, and there's a saying that John Carroll students have called streaks supporting streaks, as that ball goes out of bounds. But the whole streak supporting streaks mentality you see in the student section right there, a lot of blue streak students, and what majority of them actually being blue streak soccer players, coming out supporting them because they supported them in their fall season, making sure they get the support they deserve.
Also helps that nearly every sports team at John Carroll has been practicing today, as they were all here in the gym during the previous hours when we were setting up. They might as well just stay, beat the snow for a little bit. Mount down by 5. Smart possession coming up for them. 3 ball in the way, and the bottoms up for Maynard.
Tightly contested, but now it's a ball game again, down by 2.
Showing why she was an honorable mention All-Ohio pick in high school. Pulls her team to within 2. Here's another one. The 3, no good. The rebound right down there for Sprecher. And a smart play between she and Carlson. They threw it back up top. Look at the shot clock at 20. Said, let's rerun this. And how many times now have we seen this as the foul initiated by Maynard? It is a big shot on one side. As watch the inside play. Nothing there. All right, back out top, around the horn. 3, bottom of the bucket. And again, then draws the foul on the other side.
That's right, and that's just great ball movement by the Mount Union offense there. And Maynard not missing one bit.
Mount trying to turn up the tempo here as Jordan Elliott with the basketball. Wanted to go inside. Ball tipped away. Maynard kept her fingertips away from it. The engineering major figured out how to draw that one up.
And I think another thing to mention about Maynard is how contested that was.
Adler back in. First start last year against Wilmington. It was all right. She dropped 16 points. She'd like to do that here to ignite her offense. But it's the defense that needs to come up with one big stop here. Feed into the post and fouled on her way there is Haley Peoples-O'Neill.
And Abby Atwood's not going to like that call, as there was a little bit of contact, but trying to get that big block and give JCU possession back, but results in 2 very big free throws, the biggest of the evening.
The gym went definitely quiet as that happened. Free throw up, bugs off the right side. Again, that microphone is now my favorite thing ever. You can tell how good a shot is. You can judge it by whether it swishes or whether it goes in. Peoples-O'Neill now at the line. 50% free throw shooter, averaging 2 points a game. Hits 1 out of 2 to bring her team to within 1. Final 4 minutes of this OAC contest. And what a great way to kick off our OAC game of the week.
Absolutely. What a game that we're seeing here and the fans seeing back at home as well.
Almost the version of the Globetrotter offense on the top. Ball bounces. Sometimes it won't go in. Sprecher had one of those earlier on. She got it to go. This one doesn't.
Took about 4 bounces on the rim and iron unkind this time.
Mount's last lead came in the second quarter at 28-27. They've got an opportunity here at 3:20 to go ahead. The question is, who gets the ball last in the last shot? That might decide this ball game.
That's right.
Alkire around the top, back inside, left hand, tink, in and good for Hessel. She's now got 6.
And JCU's down by 1. They need to slow down, settle their offense, and try to get the right play as we see the play call played out.
3 minutes to go in this 4th quarter, and a ball almost into the front row from Pryor. Able to get it right back as the handle on the ball. Adler tried to fake out any in front of her. Pryor from the corner for 3 won't go. Offensive rebounding, they can be a killer. Back out top now at 2:44. Here comes Pryor. Wow.
Not today.
Wait till you see this replay. I'll be honest with you, I did not see Hessel from my vantage point.
You see Schmoopire, and first a rebound from Sarah Spreckler to show the effort. They'll move the ball around, and Schmoopire gets a gather step, tries to go up, and immediately denied by Sarah Hessel. What a defensive play from her.
Turns out Hessel's a big fan of the Grinch. She doesn't like giving away presents. I don't know if that's true. It just seemed like it's a true thing here, but that's man, that's a big one. You look at how that this game has gone. Hessel, the sophomore out of Avon Lake, a biochem major, academic All-Ohio, summa cum laude, volunteers a lot, but that's not what she was looking for there, just a big block.
But now it's up JCU. They have a little bit of time. 24 seconds on the shot clock as well. A chance to have the offense, but I think this game is going to come ultimately down to defense. Who can stop them from scoring first? Who can break the serve, if you will? That seems to be the common expression, and Mount Union will try to break that as well and create an opportunity for themselves instead.
It is Graham, Sprecher, Adler, Pryor, and Pittenger on the floor right now for John Carroll going into that timeout. It's a good go to Heffington. She's got 22 points right now as the game's leading scorer, but it has been her efficiency in 33 minutes that has been the biggest thing to write home about. John Carroll down to 10 seconds, try to take a little bit of time off, and they throw it away. Credit Mount for getting right up on top and right to make Will's point. Defense is the point for that.
Gathered right on the ball and created a turnover.
Down to outside of the final 2 minutes now, the ball lost by Kelly. Immediately now Jenna will send it back over, and Mount, who was so quick to pull the trigger on three, waits for a good shot. The two-hand push nearly off the shot clock. It reset, and the two nothing but net for Tinky. Now 15 points for her.
And Coach Marone is talking with the referee. She thought it could have hit the stanchion that was holding the backboard up.
You would have heard a bigger thud, I think, on the microphone. 3-point disadvantage now for John Carroll at a minute 40. Feed into the post. Heffington, I don't know if she saw the second defender, but a great cut to the basket for Graham for two.
And great eyes by Heffington. Kept her cool in a double team situation, and JCU down by 1-1.
She really does have eyes in the back of her head. That's the only way she could have seen Graham on that cut. Pryor will come back in to the next dead ball, but the question is, what will that be? John Carroll will try to make a couple of, but the differential at about a minute on the shot clock.
And Mount Union does have one foul to give.
Couple of timeouts left for John Carroll. 3 on the way. No good. Not the shot you want, but late clock. That's the risk reward of trying to run out the shot clock. Now the quick pass again. Watch this. Watch the 3 defenders draw down. Heffington, who could have had it taken away from her. Oh, last second. Great trailer for Graham for the bucket.
And a great job to get the ball just before her feet planted as she jumped. Could have been an up and down, but found Graham, who saw the situation, knew when to cut, and got the layup.
So the 1-2-2 press now for Mount Union into the backcourt with a minute to go. Differential at about 24 seconds, or about 34 seconds rather, as the shot clock down to 20. On the handoff, Pryor back around the top. She'll now sift down into the corner with her team down 1, and they take, and a foul. That one, see if they call it on the floor or on the shot. It was kind of right in between both. Carlson is so good at getting to the basket, and they'll give her a couple of opportunities.
I mean, it puts them 5 fouls still no matter what going to the line.
First free throw up and down as it clanks in. Game tied at 58 now. I said earlier on, kind of as a precursor, if it gets to a free throw shooting contest, she's one of the players you want if you're John Carroll. 32 of 42 a year ago. Gives her team the lead. And a timeout at 48.5 seconds to go. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. You start to look at time if you're Mount. You tried to take about 40 seconds off the last possession because you got a rebound. But right now at 48.5 seconds, it's 59-58. John Carroll with a lead. 5 fouls on each side. John Carroll with a pair of timeouts, Mount with 3, and the possession arrow in favor of Mount Union.
And this is going to be an interesting situation, whether or not they want to settle their offense with 48 seconds. I think if they score with under 30 seconds to go, we'll see another replay of that big block and a couple of replays from the quarter before. But as you keep on going forward with the quarter, I think if they score with under 30 seconds to go, Mount Union will not foul and try to hold JCU from scoring. But if they miss with under 30 seconds to go, they have to foul if JCU gets this rebound and try to give themselves an opportunity to get a chance to possibly, if JCU makes 2 points, tie the game. If they make 1 or none even, take the lead or tie.
Get a look into John Carroll's huddle as they get their last set of instructions. Mount Union and Coach Susie Vanette, the 3-time OAC Coach of the Year, walked her team back out on the floor. It'll be Anna Alcar, the senior from Massillon, Ohio, who will inbound it. But I would imagine this is going to go to one young lady. Watch number 21 in Rachel Tinkey in purple. I would say this ball is going to end up in her hands on this drive. She now off the inbound, back to the left side. Ball nearly knocked away and stolen. Alcar back up tall, 39.8 seconds to go. Here comes Tinkey now from the left wing. Standing on the logo in the court, gives it up at 16 for Repich. Trying to go back to Tinkey, top of the key with 10 on the shot clock. Over to the right wing, Alcar again on the drive. Baseline jumper, no good. And with 20 seconds to go, John Carroll with the rebound. Mount's trying to foul just to Willis Point, but they couldn't get it. Credit John Carroll on that entire defensive possession. They knew the same thing I knew. If 21's on the floor, that ball's running through her.
But I'm looking at Mount Union. They need to pressure that ball early. As soon as the ball's rebounded, swarm to the ball, try to get the foul and get them to the line to waste as least time as possible and get the final shot off.
Now free throws. Important. Adler up and down on one as she had the half smile on her face when she put it up. 10 of 12 coming in from the free throw line. Led that upset of ONU last year with a career high 18 points. Gives her team a 61-58 lead. And don't look now, but now 9 for 20. John Carroll is from the line. Mount Union at 10 of 16. Really, curiosity starts to peak because you've got to imagine, you look at the board right now for Mount Union, Tinkey's got 15 points, but she's 0 of 3 from behind the arc. Ravitch is 2 for 6, but you don't want to take the ball out of your best player's hands.
And there's a lot of things Mount Union can do with this possession, but I'm also looking at the JCU side because of the fact that there's 14 seconds left in the clock. You can foul and give them 2 free throws, or you can allow them try to get the 3-point opportunity off. And you mentioned Tinkey's on the floor, but there's plenty of shooters on this Mount U team. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes forward, not only the Mount Union side, but the JCU side, if they elect to foul before they get a shot off.
Mount still with 1 timeout. There are 2 for John Carroll. And a wise man told me at the beginning of this 4th quarter when I said it could come down to free throws, that it would come down to 1 defensive stop or not. See if we'll reach that point now as the ball will be in Mount Union's hands. 58 seconds left. And you've got a couple of options. I mean, really, Tinkey is the option, but Maynard played well when she was in there for a couple of minutes. She hit her only attempt, and that was from 3. Mount will inbound from just inside of half court as they will try to get the ball back into the hands of Tinkey. We'll find out. Final 10 seconds, 61-58, John Carroll. Down to 7, looking for Tinkey, nowhere to be found. Ball over, and a 3 from the wing, offline for Schaefer, and a foul. Sorry, it hit the backside. So 0.7 seconds to go. And again, I guarantee that probably wasn't who you wanted to get that look.
And we saw Shmoo Pryor try to foul, actually, before the shot went off for Schaefer, but just off the mark and goes over the backboard. And that's a tough situation with 7/10 of a second left. If JCU gets a free throw here, they could just be off ball, and that'll be it.
You almost have to stop time. 0.7 is a lot of time to get off a shot if you have the ball. But the problem is, in 7/10 of a second, you have to now steal the ball and put that 3 in the air in the bottom of the bucket.
And that's going to be a lot of time. It's going to be interesting to see because the ball will start as soon as the ball hits the hands of the player. And it's going to be interesting to see how the timekeeper can keep it that quick and see just how much time, because it could be a tap-in situation if it comes down.
You get a look at the John Carroll cheerleaders, and they would like to be a happy bunch in about 60 seconds when this play takes shape. Again, this is just game 1 of the 8 games that we have coming up this year here on the OAC Game of the Week on NKT.TV. Our next game at Marietta at Muskingum. We switch to the men's game, where it'll be December 19th. We'll be at Muskingum. Other games we've got coming up, Otterbein and Wilmington in women's action as the inbound for John Carroll now into Pryor, and the foul won't matter as the Mount Union Purple Raiders suffer their first loss of the season, and boy oh boy, now at 1-1 on both sides is the OAC about to get interesting.
And how you mentioned it earlier, how about Witt to kick out the game of the week? An outstanding game for both sides. JCU coming out on top and breaking even after their first loss to Marietta in the OAC, and now at 500 again, 1-1, and Mount will also go to 1-1.
So that is a look at a happy group. We'll take a break and we'll hear from both head coaches when we come back here to University Heights on NKT.TV.
What is the best way to reach your customer? Have you tried traditional marketing and fallen short? Use video marketing from NKT Productions. It's effective, economical, and it can be used across multiple devices. Capture your customers where they spend their time most, on TV, websites, email, and social media. Don't miss your chance to show the world how great your business is with video marketing. Experience the power of video marketing through NKT Productions. Meet with one of our experienced media agents to learn more. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Is you. Be exceptional at the University of Mount Union.
Back here at John Carroll, you see on the scoreboard behind us a 61-58 win. Coach Baroni, that's something. That's a heck of a good team you guys just beat.
They always are. It's always a game. They came right back at us in that fourth quarter like we knew that they would. They've got great players that push tempo, and they just don't get tired. You know, they don't go away. So we really tried to put an emphasis on making sure that defensively we stayed solid and just contained them and focused on our rebounding.
I thought it was interesting. We were talking about last couple of timeouts. The last time they had the ball before the very last shot, did you guys know coming in, all right, 21's probably going to have the ball in her hands?
I mean, she's who I would go to. So, you know, you take calculated guesses. But, you know, I can't say enough about this rivalry. This is an awesome atmosphere. This felt like a postseason tournament game for the way that these fans showed out for these teams. It was awesome women's basketball. They're extremely well coached. Both teams go at each other like crazy, so it's just always a fun game. Obviously more fun when you're on the winning end than the losing end.
That's how that works. But defensively, I thought you guys did a tremendous job when they wanted to go around the top of knocking their cutters down, not letting them get good looks.
You know, it's just experience. We've got some sophomores that have junior-type experience because of how many minutes they've had to log as a freshman year. This is the first time that we've had 4 seniors in 4 years. I don't know how I keep coaching the youngest team in America, but I do. So that game experience is irreplaceable. And there's nothing you can prepare for in every way in a timeout. And they just made end game decisions that were really solid.
You get kind of a short way before you get back in a couple of days. Is there one or two things maybe stand out from this game for you guys to work on?
I think definitely our offensive movement when we get tired. I think we started standing a little bit and focusing on just getting it inside and not moving the ball. So we're going to keep working on everything, to be honest with you. I say that one thing and 15 other things just popped in my mind.
You got to be happy, though. You get a month and a half before you've got to go to Alliance to play them again.
That's always a good thing. But in between now and then is all the other OAC teams, and they're all like this. You know, we're one of the best conferences in the country, if not the best, and we really beat each other up all year long.
Congratulations, you guys, on the win.
Thank you so much.
Take a quick break. We're back here to wrap things up from University Heights after this on NKT.TV.
All right, so let's take a look at some replays from the game. Exciting game from both teams as we see the three-point play. Slow motion here. You see the patience from JCU. Moving the ball all around. Heffington, top of the key. Graham will go in the post, draws the double, and that will be quickly stolen away, but drawing the foul in that sense. So just having the patient offense, drawing the Mount Union offense down, and drawing the foul, and a big part of that first half for JCU. So we'll step aside here as we're on NKTV.
Are you looking for an exciting career? Tired of a job doing the same task day in and day out? Ferguson Construction may be right for you. Now hiring all positions and skill levels, Ferguson Construction offers best-in-industry wages, full benefits including medical, dental, and vision, and an employer-matched 401k. Ferguson also provides reimbursement for tradesperson certification, so there is no limit to the amount of growth you can create in your career. Log on to ferguson-construction.com or call to get started on your path today.
The Hometown Opportunity website is a great option for us because we can post all of our positions out there. We can then link our application to that website and they can apply directly online for any of our positions we have posted.
They make it really easy to apply to several careers, and within a week I was able to find one that fit me.
I recently re-entered the workforce, and Hometown Opportunity helped me find a job that matched my skills and my family's schedule.
What is the best way to reach your customers? Have you tried traditional marketing and fallen short? Use video marketing from NKT Productions. It's effective, economical, and it can be used across multiple devices. Capture your customers where they spend their time most, on TV, websites, email, and social media. Don't miss your chance to show the world how great your business is with video marketing. Experience the power of video marketing through NKT Productions. Meet with one of our experienced media agents to learn more. Introducing NKT.TV, a brand new solution for the cord-cutting generation. With NKT.TV, viewers enjoy viewer-specific programming with the ability to pick and choose the channels you wish to subscribe to. Missed brush pile fishing this week? Catch it on NKT.TV, along with all your other Pursuit Channel favorites. NKT.TV offers dozens of network and channel options for you, the viewer, to choose from. So go ahead, cut the cord, and get everything you want with nothing you don't. Visit NKT.TV today.
Look at the way that this game went. Heck of a game, 61-58. Will, it is always easier to talk to a head coach when they've won. They'll tell you about the things they did right. They don't really want to talk all that much about the things that they did wrong.
That's right, and you know, Coach Morona always wants to give a positive outlook for everyone and everything this team does, and that has been the case for quite since she came on to the role at JCU. So it's going to be interesting to see how they carry this momentum going forward. A big win against a great Mount Union team, 61-58, down to the wire, and lots of momentum going forward.
You look at what her team did throughout the course of this game, 23 of 58 for the 61 points, 5 of 21 from 3, and really a lot of that was Heffington, and also 10 of 21 from the free throw line. I'm sure I just talked to her, you heard, and that's one thing I'm sure that she will want to clear up before they play again this week.
Yeah, there's a few things we want to kind of clear up, try to work on the turnovers later going on. Also work free throws as they were crucial down the stretch. Got it back later on, but they need to get it early enough to make sure that it doesn't get too close if they want to succeed.
Other side of it, 23 Mount Union turnovers in this game. Something that doesn't happen to them a lot. They average in the 15-16 world, and a lot of that really is because of their pace of play. But John Carroll went out and, like you heard, I asked Coach about it, and they got the stops. Like you said, going into the fourth quarter, they need to get 1 or 2 stops here, and they can come away with this win.
And that's right. A couple of errant passes for the Mount Union team, but credit to JCU defense. Absolutely doing well, sliding as well as getting their hands up in the lanes, blocking shots, and doing whatever they can to make sure they prevented Mount Union from scoring.
John Carroll now 4-3 on the year, and also Mount Union drops to 6-1. Both teams 1-1 in the OAC, and if we know how the OAC is going the last handful of years, that'll be a fascinating finish. Capital and Heidelberg both right in that mix, along with Baldwin Wallace, Marietta, Mount Union. You expect come February to be the usual suspects before we get to the OAC tournament.
It could be, but it also couldn't be. Like, it could be a big switch up with, again, how good this conference is. And we say it every year, but it always reigns true. The OAC, one of the best conferences in the country and always the most competitive, in my opinion.
Wilmington and ONU just played a heck of a game too, but we've got other games going on. Again, this is just the first of our 8 regular season games here in OAC play. 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be the men who will take center stage as Marietta at Muskingum is our contest for the 19th before the end of the year. And then it's starting January 9th every week. A lot of terrific games, both the men and the women that we've got on tap here, and just a pleasure to be a part of this and get to see a lot of great venues in the OAC.
That's right, and especially December 19th, Marietta-Muskingum is going to be an excellent matchup to watch for. 2 high-scoring offenses going at it, but you mentioned a great way to kick it off, and I'm excited to be on the call with you, Mike.
So for Will, I'm Mike, and everybody in the truck did a terrific job of putting this game together as we finish up again 61-58. John Carroll with a win on our first NKT.TV OAC Game of the Week.